Um, okay, NVIDIA talked about the $5 billion hit. So he said that AI is still in the beginning stages.
Hmm.
Some people think that AI is the bubble is about to pop. So NVIDIA, slow down as far as the stock price is concerned for sure.
Yep.
What does this say?
Um, it's never going to go back to 95 and 80. I'm telling 89 is coming soon. I think going back to his de-risking part or conversation, I think some people are just taking risk off the table. But with Nvidia, even in lieu of that $5 billion penalty, I was telling Stock Club, same with Amazon. If you're hedging, like we talk about hedging a portfolio, we don't often talking about hedging our investment with other countries. I think Nvidia and Amazon has done the best. It's almost impossible for them to lose. Not saying that Nvidia is getting the hopper chips there intentionally, et cetera, right? But if they are there, and then we're getting DeepSeek and Manus, thank you for the invitation, but I will not be uploading any information on my IP or my internet browser anytime soon. How can you win if you have the two biggest countries vying for your interest? NVIDIA is like the pretty girl, the new pretty girl at the school that everybody wants the attention of. So the days of getting a 300-400% return in 1 year, I think, may be over.
Mhm.
But it's still one of the best companies on earth, and I think they primed or hedged their position well enough in the market and amongst both countries that matter the most to make sure that they do well either way.
Yeah, they are primed to dominate. They have dominated. What we have seen here, I mean, almost from a year to date, is consolidation, which is good
sure.
out of the stock. If you look at where it was in April, literally April 21st of last year, it was at 95.44.
Yep.
And we hit 95.44 today. And so that in terms of, if you look at a long scale scope of this is consolidation, which usually means, all right, we're going to settle here. We're going to have some sellers. People are going to take profit, but there's usually an upside, especially when you're inside of a space that you are the dominant force. 87% of GPUs are coming from NVIDIA. They've already showed us the roadmap for it. If he's saying we're at the beginning stages of AI, which a lot of people seem to think we are, then this is where you park the car at right here, and you just wait, and you get it at a good price, and you hold it long term. It's primed. It's primed, and we'll see over the next few weeks what the first quarter earnings will be looking like.
Yeah.
But like I said, we were at GTC. We saw what the outlook looks like for the future. We saw who
There's
they're
no
partnering
close
with.
competitor. Yep.
And there, I mean, we've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. There's not a number two. There really isn't. And until that competitor can crack a dent,
It's not
they,
there.
they've got free reign in terms of AI compute. So
Yeah.
I love them here. I love them here. I've loved them when they were at 127 pre-split,
Yeah.
and I loved them all the way up to 1100. So 95. I mean, this is no brainers.
I hate to do the comparison thing because when I did it with Square, I got in trouble. But
Okay.
NVIDIA's dominance right now is comparable to Microsoft run in the 90s. Like, you have people that are orbiting for that number one spot, but they have no close competitors. Market cap is 2.3 trillion. Gross margin 75%. Net margin is 55.85% profit for a $1 trillion company.
Yeah.
Most small businesses don't have 55% net margin.
And that's an $800 billion decrease from where it was.
Yes. Return on equity 119%. Just like if the sliders were on 2K, it would be 105. Like, it would go over. Yeah. So amazing company. So, and also too, like, perfect hedge for both continents as well. Perfect hedge.
Yeah, we're gonna work with both. We're gonna work with both.
At 5.5 to bring in 555 billion is a good risk to reward ratio.
So Trump's approval rating on the economy dropped to the lowest of his presidential career right now. Will this matter, or will he continue to do what Trump does and forge his way through? I think that approval ratings are not too much of a concern for him. He only has one more term left, unless he tries to run for a third term. So I don't think that he's too concerned about approval ratings.
Mm. Well, what do you think? You running for president in 28, so
He's isolated himself as far as his inner circle, and I think that he has some level of he's out of touch with reality. I don't want to say dementia because I'm not sure if he actually has full blown dementia, but I do think that he has some level of narcissism that has
we can't put that word on everybody because they do it to us.
well, I think that he
Or just
definitely
me and you, Rashad. Just really me and you. That's right.
embodies
Thanks for the clarity.
he embodies some form of that. And so I think he's always going to find a way to blame somebody else.
Very
or,
true.
or point the finger or say it's not true or say it's fake news or have his own studies done that show different support or go places where he knows he's going to be championed. So, and then he has a strong support base no matter what that I think is going to support him no matter what happens. And I think that he has a theory in his brain that what he's doing is correct.
Mm-hmm.
That, he's fighting the good fight. And I don't think that he's going to pivot direction off of that.
Yeah, I agree. Same with Elon. I think right ideas. Like I think the autonomous vehicle robotic idea is a great idea. Poor execution. Same with the tariffs, the negotiation tactic. Right idea on paper. I think the execution was just incredibly sloppy. So
yeah, I like what you said. Oh, go ahead. You wasn't finished?
No, go ahead.
I like what you said. I think that part about who will I put the blame on next? It's like
Obama.
Yeah, the buck. I mean, you can keep bringing up Joe Biden. You can keep bringing up like you've already won that race. Now it's the Fed chair. It's just about when I have this idea and I throw it out there and it doesn't work. Rather than saying like this was self-inflicted, rather than saying that we caused this, rather than saying like hey, I might have made a mistake here. Who can I point this at now? Like approval ratings don't matter. You can approve it or not. He's going to be the president. So it could be a 2% approval rating. Who cares?
That would be insane. But when it was high, he cared about it.
And I thought
he's still it's not going to change the fact that he's still the president.
And I don't think he cares about the stock market either. So I do think well, he hasn't done anything
He said
as of yet.
He said it's doing great.
He hasn't done anything as of yet. Even when he did the reversal, that was more so for bonds than stocks.
For sure.
So I don't think that. But of course, everybody cares about the stock market. I don't think that that's a major deterrent for him. Like,
oh yeah, you're right.
The stock market is flat for 2 years. I don't think that.
Oh, he won't give a damn.
He's not gonna reverse course just because the stock market is flat for 2 years. So great buying opportunity during down markets for sure, but this could be a prolonged situation.
Yeah, I think the era of maybe like a quick turnaround, like COVID, because all the stimulus money that was printed, I don't think it reminds me a little bit of like that when Ballmer was CEO of Microsoft, where things would just be flat for a few years, and then now you get a chance to build your base, and it may not feel good while the market is in this contraction period, but it's interesting. Of all of you who kept asking me, should I buy inverse ETF? No, I don't think most have the skill set to pull that off, and the market isn't down enough to do so. So be careful of that. Like maybe if the VIX gets to like $12.78, maybe then, but you have to exit when the VIX gets back up to 25 or 47.
Yeah,
most people shouldn't do that.
You got to be precise and you got to be accurate and you got to know what you're doing if you're going to be doing inverse. Yeah, man, it's interesting. Even every time we talk to somebody, economist or strategist from the world of business, it's the same thing. It's like, yo, if we didn't have these tariffs, we'd be doing pretty great.
Yeah, NVIDIA would be off to the moon. I mean, because especially at that GTC, just the things they announced, Tesla won't be down as much. But the thing about this tariff situation or these kind of like economic situations, it makes you look at the numbers a lot harder in the core business. And there was a lot of businesses that was floating along because the economy is doing well. And we get to really see who's great and who's not.
Yeah. So everything will be adjusted, right? So future guidance will be adjusted because revenue will come down. Everything will that part that he said about it, we're going to be in a long game with China. That's going to be interesting because it felt like, and it still feels that way. Like he'll create a scenario, as he said, as Steve said, he loves chaos. Like most people don't like. He loves chaos because it's that superhero mentality, or that maybe I guess you can chalk it up to the narcissism. I can come save the day. I have the solution to save the day, and the deeper we get into this situation, I don't know if there's the Superman cape for this. This might not be the save the day tactic that I think in his mind he has planned.
It's like Thanos.
Yeah. Dangerous.
But in the meantime, I put it on Twitter last week. But man, shout out to the Visa CEO who we met. Visa smoking right now, on fire. Good hedge for this market.
Yeah.
I would love for you to come on the show, Mr. Ryan.
Please.
So if anybody knows him, you know a company's going to do it well when you're like, oh, what you think of the economy? He's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, all the data points you got, you know what the economy going to do. Humility in the answer. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all finna go to the moon. To the moon. He ain't trying to give no guidance stuff or nothing. Oh, great. Nice to meet you guys. See you later. I said, oh, he cooking.
Yeah,
Visa.
crazy. Yeah. NVIDIA. So I'm just reading this. The former CEO of Intel, Pat Gelsinger, said that in order to dethrone the king, you got to be 10 times better. They've created such a competitive mode that it's almost an unfair advantage. And this is the guy who was trying to compete at one point.
And the crazy part, Only the Paranoid Survive was a book by the CEO of Intel back in the day. It's a great business book.
Yeah.
10
times better.
Have to be. I mean, we've lived about that forever. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan, Kugler. Rashad, I saw your poll. Ooh, I said, damn, deal split. Ooh, let's talk about the splits.
20, yeah. Shout out to them.
But it's a great point. You do have to be 10 times better. And even in, like, we're 10 times better than most analysts and funds. And boy, so math 30 exit.